Hello again, Battlemat here. Right, so a couple of days ago I said that I'd got some Forge Byzantines and I was going to paint them up and see what they look like. And I wasn't 100% sure what they would look like. They looked a bit chunky to me compared with some of the other figures that I've got. Especially compared with the Perry's, the proportions of the Perry's figures and the kind of medieval figures that Perry's produced. So anyway, let's take a look at them. So first thing I did obviously was primer them. So these are the ones that I've done so far. So I did some Swordsman. So with the kit with the swords and shields, swords and Spearman, you can either do Swordsman with kite shields or Spearman with round shields, with oval shields. Okay, so Spearman. So the armour's quite nice, so there is quite a bit of detail on them. But they do, as I say, they've got that kind of chunky, kind of old Games Workshop look to them. And to be honest, there wasn't a massive amount of variety in terms of the poses. All the Spearmen are pretty much standing like that. Okay, which is fine if you want ranks of guys on parade, and pretty much most of the swordsmen are also in this kind of pose as well. Not much action going on in terms of the way they're kind of standing. Okay, so that was a little bit of a shame, but as I say, not too bad. Details not too bad. And this guy is obviously an archer. Now I quite like the archers. I'll put a little bit of paint around the legs at the moment, just to do the leggings. But the archers are pretty nice. I like the fact they're wearing a kind of a smock with a belt and a strap, very kind of Eastern looking with the Eastern style bow. Remember, they are Byzantines, so yeah. But I really like the archers actually. They're probably my favourite figures out of all of them. And then just a bit of comparison with a Perry's figure. So as you can see, the Perry's are very kind of proportionate, aren't they? And these guys are quite blocky in comparison, a lot more thick set, a lot more pronounced. Okay, so if I think I had to choose between the two, I would probably go with the Perry's. Okay, and the legs look a little short on the Byzantines, the Fireforge, but to be honest, that's probably because they've got the long chain or scale hauberk on. Okay, so not too bad. Okay, in terms of comparison. So what did they look like when I painted them up then? So the funny thing is, now I'm saying that I didn't like the way they looked, but after I painted them, I actually thought they looked absolutely excellent, and I was really surprised by the kind of the way that some of the armour came out and the details. But again, they've got a kind of stunted look. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know if it's my painting that's done that, but the armour really kind of stood out quite nicely. Nice definitions. Okay, shield, sword. Okay, and they've got like leather straps that hang down around the helmet. Okay, so they weren't too bad at all once they were painted. I think the paint took really well on the figures. There was enough definition in the armour and the straps and the leggings to create quite a bit of definition there. Okay, I was very pleased with the Spearman. I thought the Spearman came out really nicely. The armour on the spear, the kind of scale armour on the Spearman came out really well. And all I did there was I just went over the armour with lead belcher, the scale with lead belcher, and then went over it with Basilican grey contrast paint, and it kind of really brought out the scale there. So I'm quite pleased with that effect. Put a transfer on the shield. Now, made a bit of a mistake there, and I left it grey underneath. I should have painted it first. I thought the background of the shield transfer was white, and that was a bit of a cock up there. Sorry about that. Okay, so but I'm quite happy with the Spearman once we're done. Okay, especially the armour. Very pleased with the armour. And I did a bit of research, and the Byzantines tended to wear kind of red and gold. Their kind of primary colours. Okay, And the archer, the bowman, I really enjoyed the way he came out. I think they really look nice. I've got to be honest, I think the Forge Byzantine bowmen, archers, they look pretty good compared to pretty much any figures that I've seen. I really thought that there was a lot of nice definition there, especially around the faces. The faces have got a lot of character, with the beards, kind of Eastern style beards, okay, and the leggings with the straps. They tend to wear kind of almost like soft leather leggings, or almost like linen leggings on Byzantine troops. Don't ask me why, but in all the pictures that I've seen and the research that I did, that tends to be what they seem to be wearing. It's almost a kind of Dark Ages look, isn't it, really? We're talking very, very early medieval here, probably no later than the 11th century, really, okay? But yeah, as I say, I really like the archer, and I really enjoyed the way that the spearman came out as well, with his gold trim around his red cloak. And as I say, I really like the way the scale armour came out. That was a great effect. Okay, so having said that they were probably not my favourites in terms of types of figures, okay, in comparison with most of the figures that I use, I've got to say that I wasn't too worried about them in the end. They came out quite nicely, so all I need now to do now is paint the rest of them, and there's another 47 left, so here we go. Okay, thanks for watching, bye.